teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Derek Jones. And it's Nurkic in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Clippers, they've got Morris. Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Nurkic. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Nurkic has got the game going with his first points of the game for the Trailblazers. Now Jackson. Pass to Leonard. Indoors tonight, 2 experienced teams will be battling.
Well, what you come to expect with experienced rosters are excellent defensive rotations, game plan discipline. These guys know how to play the game, so let's see how this plays out.
Lillard with no one around. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And that was not an opportunity Lillard was going to let pass by. Getting down the floor in an instant and finishing on the break.
Now here is George. Now the pass to Zubac. Changes up outside for George. It's Jackson with the drive. Outside Leonard. Just 4 to shoot. The shot, no good. Good D by McCollum. Outside, Jones. Dishes it to McCollum. An easy 2 points on the layup.
Never seems to shy away from playing in attack mode. McCollum likes to keep the pressure on the D. And how about this stat? Over the course of Robert Covington's career, over 60% of his shots coming from long range.
And Greg, the prototypical 3-and-D guy, you almost want to reverse it because defense has been the pivot point for Robert Covington's emergence as a player in this league.
Leonard with the steal. Zubac with it. Now guarded by Nurkic. And George with the stuff.
Boy, that open look set up by Kawhi Leonard, that's probably the most underrated aspect of his game.
Lillard dishes to Covington. And the dunk by Covington.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
I tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
Now here's Jackson. He feeds it to Morris. Outside for George. Clock at 6. Zubac trying to break loose. Not going to go that time. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Lillard outside. Back to McCollum. It's hauled in by George. Clippers trail by 6. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
This is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
McCollum up top, defended by George. McCollum kicks to Nurkic. Jones against Leonard. Jones the pass to Nurkic. The putback. It's good on the putback.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Outside Jackson. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Now here's Lillard. The feed now to Covington. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got 3 assists in the game. George looking over the floor. 40 seconds left in the first. He gets that one.
Well, Paul George is not just a gifted perimeter shooter. That touch on the interior is impressive.
Here's Lillard. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Jackson. And Jones sends it back. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Lillard with the ball.
And for a point guard, Lillard has some hops. Outstanding at knowing when to use them for the dunk.
And no good. Here's George. Pass to Zubac. Here's Leonard. And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's the Trailblazers up by 6. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And for Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's Norman Powell. Then it's Anthony. And it's Simons in at the 1 spot. They get the rebound. Pass to Beverly. Back to Cousins. He dishes it to Beverly. He kicks it to Cousins. A second chance effort. And it's Portland with the rebound.
And Doris, with Rondé Hollis-Jefferson, it's more than just stats. The guy is just so active when he's on the floor.
That's right, Greg. It's the hustle and the movement he plays with that are really the strengths. Only 6'6", but it feels like he can play above that size. Great energy guy to bring off the bench. And if you need him because of injuries or fill-in spots, he can start and be productive.
From deep three-point range, that one's not going to go. And it's Portland the other way. Here's Simons. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And Batum kicks to Beverly. And the Clippers miss again.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Powell, the pass to Carmelo. The 19-footer is on the money. Anthony's got the lead up to 11 now for Portland.
Just so fluid on all his shots. No hesitation for Melo on the catch and shoot.
Outside for Batum. No good on the triple. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Here's Powell. Pass to Simons. From deep. Back to Anthony. Over to the left wing. Over Kennard. And that one goes long. Clippers have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter. 0 for 5. Rondo wide open. Los Angeles with another miss. Portland leading by 11. Lobs it up for Kanter. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. The shot by Rondo is no good.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. But boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
Hollis Jefferson kicks to Anthony. Back to Hollis Jefferson. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Now here's Beverly. He's covered closely. And it's good coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo.
Yeah, and Rondo just working the ball around there. He loves finding his teammates when they're open in the sweet spots.
Anthony, the pass to Powell. Outside Anthony. Back to Hollis Jefferson. Now here's Kennard. Covered by Hollis Jefferson. Here's Cousins, and it's blocked.
Encouraging to see Kanter trying harder on the defensive end. There's height. There's ability to block shots. Go to work, Ennis.
Greg, you showed toughness and grit when you played. You've got to succeed in this league with those things at the forefront, right? Being tough, being gritty. And there are several players whose style you admire that play like that.
I mean, no doubt about it. You have the superstars, the Kawhis, the LeBrons, who continue to do it. They can intimidate you physically, but they also provide tremendous skill set. But 2 other guys, Russell Westbrook, Jimmy Butler, they're also guys that exemplify that toughness You know, two guys, when you look at those two, a lot of people didn't project them to be what they've become, and it's impressive to watch them take the floor night in and night out. And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Kennard. Good work defensively by Anthony.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Powell kicks to Hollis Jefferson. And Portland turns it over again.
That's miscommunication, and we rarely see that happen.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And that was a great replay we just saw of our mobile one block.
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D.
Jackson gets the bucket.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Lillard the pass to Covington. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Yeah, looking for offense inside as they try to chip away at this lead here in the second.
For Portland, they have shot just one free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game.
Well, Robert Covington, an example of what the G League is all about. Undrafted back in 2013, but in 2014 goes for Rookie of the Year in the G League, and it wasn't long before he became an NBA starter.
Morris with the bucket.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Yep, it counts.
And he can score from all.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After 2 quarters, it's Portland out in front. They lead by 10. Jack, how do you think? That's all for now.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You look at Robert Covington. What a contribution.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
It felt like his work on the interior really gave this offense a boost. Let's see if he can dominate the rest of the way.
Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Zubats in at the 5. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue.
Well, just so good at taking advantage of the mid-range. Marcus Morris feels comfortable in that area.
Nurkic dishes to Covington. Misses from short range. Clippers trail by 8. Here's Leonard. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
We are looking at the MVP of the 2014 finals. Can we remember that in that series, Kawhi Leonard shot 60% and he guarded LeBron James?
To the inside, Covington, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
The Trailblazers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers, trailing here by 8. And they double up Jackson. And there's the pass to George. And the wide open shot from Morris. No good on the 3. Trailblazers shooting it very well tonight, around 57%. Good. And the Trailblazers lead by 10.
You know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
Oh, Morris in position.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
Morris has gotten 3 of his 4 shots to fall, hitting 75%. Lillard against Jackson. And Lillard kicks to Jones. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
And there's no doubt that Lillard is a pure scorer. But it's good to see him focus on his passing, wanting to make his teammates better.
And the Clippers making a change here. Man's checked in. And he banks in the layup.
Boy, everyone is getting to their spots and then capitalizing. 3 for 4 in the quarter. Beautiful.
Lillard against Jackson. Down low. It's stolen by Morris. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And he makes the first. And Los Angeles with some changes. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Morris. Luke Kennard comes in for Leonard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. Trailblazers leading by 7. Simons surveying the D. Inside. Zubats against Cantor. It's hauled in by Zubats. Clippers have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Pass to Man. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. For Portland, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Simons, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Here's Simons. Trying to find Cantor. Gets it to him. It's hauled in by Zubats. Zubats has got 4 rebounds in this game. Passes it to Man. Clippers moving the ball around. And it's Beverley missing.
Oh, that was a great effort defensively. Get a hand up in the face of the shooter. It's so important.
Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. And the Trailblazers lead by 9. Powell against Beverley. Taken away. Deflects the pass to the paint. And the dunk by Zubats.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Hollis Jefferson, good. Hollis Jefferson's got his first bucket in this one.
Well, I'll tell you, excellent job from Hollis Jefferson. This guy's so skilled at getting terrific position down low.
Beverley, the pass to Zubats. Kennard with the ball. Kicks to Beverley. Launches a 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard. You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Rajon Rondo is checked in for Patrick Beverley. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Anthony, the pass to Simons. Back to Anthony. Unloads from 13. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Clippers trail by 9 to the inside. Man, nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
Here's Rondo. That 3 off the mark. Back to Anthony. Off with the layup. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Trailblazers lead by 9. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. On the court for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Jones is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the center. Greg is a broadcaster. Who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who is my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
Lillard up top. He's covered by Rondo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Nurkic has got the lead up to 12 now for the Trailblazers.
And just a massive player. Nurkic's combination of size and strength helps him on that offensive glass. No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Free throw good for Morris. Reggie Jackson's checked in for the Clippers. And Morris drops them both.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Lillard way outside. Rebound by the Clippers. Zubac has got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Jackson. Good D by McCollum. Trailblazers leading by 10. Three-pointer Lillard. The Clippers grab the miss. Zubac has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Foul. He's checked in for the Trailblazers. For Portland, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the 4th quarter. Lillard, the pass to Covington. Kicks it out to Lillard. McCollum up top. Launches it. They grab their own miss. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. And Portland making a change here. Cantor's checked in. We're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter in this one. Jackson against Powell. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Zubac, no good.
And he saw the play develop, but the pass just wasn't there.
It was a really good thought for sure, but the lob has got to be better than that.
Cantor's shot is off.
I'll tell you, even though he's not playing his best basketball, the team has played well and picked it up. I love it.
Zubac trying to break loose. He gets it in there. Leonard's got it back down to within single digits for Los Angeles. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Lillard surveying the D. Feeds it to Nurkic, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Nurkic has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Love watching Nurkic set hard screens and then roll with purpose. Great job in the creativity there from the pick and roll.
Here's George. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Clearly a foul.
Good on the first, and that brings them within single digits.
Well, Paul George smack dab in the middle of the prime of his career, and maybe underestimated is his drive to win.
Lillard outside to the middle. Here's Cantor, and Cantor throws it down.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest 5s in the NBA.
Giles checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. That's good from Cantor.
Well, Enes Kanter continues to prove his worth, guys. An outstanding player on the offensive end.
Powell against Jackson. Leonard attacking and finished off by Leonard.
Well, as usual, this guy cooking on the offensive end, but right now the other guys on his team have got to step forward.
Lillard against Jackson. Lillard outside. Shot, high post. A shot off that time, so Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Leonard. Banked in off the glass.
How about the focus and locked-in nature of Kawhi Leonard? My goodness.
Trailblazers leading by 7. It's Powell on the wing. Lillard against Jackson. Lillard dishes to McCollum. Back to Lillard. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Giles, that's good. That was a big one. You can hear it.
And sometimes the silence of a crowd can speak volumes.
Jackson looking it over. Outside Leonard. To the paint. Here's Zubac. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. He hits the first one, and that brings them within 8. And he makes both free throws. And here are the Trailblazers now. Lillard outside. The dish to Cantor. And they pick up 2. And the Trailblazers lead by 9.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, you have to get something out of that possession, and thanks to Patterson's work on the glass, heads-up play to score that.
Lillard from outside. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Here's Mann. Gets the bucket. Now just a 5-point Trailblazer lead.
What pretty vision right there by Patrick.
It's great to be with you on a Monday. Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Sure is. Thanks, D.A. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. And the Clippers starting five. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3. And for the Nuggets, JaVale McGee is out there with Michael Porter. And it's Nikola Jokic. Then there's Austin Rivers. And it's Morris in at the 1. Now here's Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. George passes to Zubac. Good defense by Jokic. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Porter's running. Morris kicks to Jokic. Denver passing it around. And finished off by Rivers.
Aggressive move off the dribble. You could see the confidence growing right now for Austin Rivers. You dig down deep at some of the numbers. Jokic is a much better defender than what he gets credit for. I think we always think about athleticism around rim protection, but sometimes it's just about size and smarts, and he has that.
Now here's Porter. Off target from outside. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. The shot missing. And the Nuggets going the other way. And Jokic likes physical play. Brent, he embraces the contact.
Well, you look at his physique, and I think he... Oh, man. Fans love that. Listen to that. I love that sound in the arena. And Porter has such great athleticism, able to get up and throw it down.
Outside Jackson. Out to Morris. It's stolen by Morris. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And Jackson with the basket on the assist by George.
A really good decision there from Paul George. Quick to find the open man.
Morris outside. Out left to the wing. Here's Jokic. It's hauled in by Zubac.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
The Nuggets leading by 4. A 3 from Morris. Drills the three-pointer.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Clippers have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. George against Rivers. Zubac in the post. Outside for George. Jokic with the steal. Feeds to Rivers. Back to Porter. And there's 1:45 left in the first quarter. Jokic. And the rejection by Zubac. For the finish. And the dunk by Zubac.
Well, you see the improvement in terms of high-level playmaking, a great understanding of all the offensive scheme that Kawhi Leonard possesses.
Morris passes to Jokic. The Clippers grab the miss.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And Leonard gets it to go.
Yeah, you could be as physical as you want with Kawhi Leonard. He just stays with it and is unshaken.
On the wing, Morris. Guarded by Jackson. Morris, no good.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
Jokic with the steal. Rivers looking over the floor. And now the Clippers on the break. Morris with the ball. Zubac finds Leonard. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And the dunk by Zubac.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Morris into the lane. Jokic, no good.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Morris kicks to Leonard. A 3-ball. Porter pulls it in. From deep three-point range, and the last shot before the buzzer is off. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. And we caught up before the game with Nikola Jokic, who had
selfless. I mean, you need to look your.
Frank, there are areas of Jokic's game where he probably is the best in the world.
I can't think of a center with better floor vision or better passing ability. His positioning, his angles, his ability to use his size to maximize effectiveness, all at an elite level.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And what stands out to you from the Nuggets in this one?
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
Just playing some real gritty defense right now, just getting up in bodies and forcing a lot of turnovers.
So for the Clippers right now, they've got Rajon Rondo. Batum's out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the 2-guard spot. Campazzo defended by George. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Good decision making with the ball in his hands for Paul Millsap. That's a terrific feat.
Now here is George. He's tightly guarded. The layup off target. Pass to Gordon. Here's Harrison. Hole with it. Jacks up a 3. No good on that one. The Clippers go the other way with it. And George, here we go. Outside Leonard. High post Cousins. Leonard with the ball. Now Bol defending. 6 to shoot. Now here's Leonard. Tight defense on him. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
That's a quick move, and that's a soft touch. That's mid-range opportunities for Kawhi Leonard to cash in on.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and a championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
Keeps it alive. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Nuggets lead by 5.
The towering presence that is Bol. Good at staying active and going after those offensive rebounds.
George passes to Cousins. It's hauled in by Gordon.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
Back to Harrison. Campazzo defended by George. Shot by Gordon, wide open. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
And Gordon understands the importance of stretching the floor, and he remains a capable three-point shooter.
And it's Rondo in the corner. Back to George. From 11 feet away, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
What's the pick used for? It's used for separation, and Paul George got it there.
Campazzo defended by George. Takes a shot at the elbow. The shot by Harrison, no good. Clippers trail by 6. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And don't give a cerebral player like Leonard that kind of opening. He'll read that gap.
Campazzo, defended by George. Kicks it to Bowl. Wide open. It's hauled in by George. And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And that's the high motor, the long strides we're always talking about with Leonard. Killing it in transition.
Kicks it out to Gordon. Right wing. Here's Bowl. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Nuggets lead by 4.
Yeah, inside, Bowl does a great job just making subtle adjustments and utilizing that length.
Outside Rondo. Passes it to Cousins. It's good. Cousins has got his first 2 points.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Harrison passes to Millsap. Back to Harrison. Bowl dishes to Gordon. Denver needs to get off his shot. Fader on the way. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Well, the defense was right up on him, so electing to go for the fadeaway there to create some room, well, that makes sense.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome. A pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. They ended the period holding on to a slim 1. And that.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
They've got Austin Rivers. JaVale McGee is out there with Michael Porter. Then there's Monte Morris. And it's Jokic in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Clippers trail by 4.
And Jokic carrying that standard for a superstar big man. For your money, though, Bones, is he the best true center in the game?
I don't think he's a true center in the sense, GA, that you can't really go down to the post and have him create his own offense by scoring the basketball. Of course, he's going to create plays for his teammates. I still think AD holds that title right now.
Kennard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Patrick Beverly comes in for George. Beverly with the ball. Picked up by Rivers. Morris finds Beverly. The three-pointer no good.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. About 1 minute played here in the second half. Morris passes to Jokic. The pass to McGee. And the wide open shot from Morris. They get it back.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Rivers against Beverly. Out to Morris. No one near him. Rebounded by McGee. McGee's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Not been an easy start. 3 straight misses here on these possessions.
Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
Here's Morris. Porter pulls it in.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
Back to Jokic. Pass to Rivers for the 3. And JaMychal Green picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Gordon's checked in for Denver. Shaquille Harris comes in for Monte Morris. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Batum's checked in. Beverly dishes to Batum. Comes up empty down low. Here's Harrison. No points in the game yet for him. Floats it up for Jokic.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Clippers trail by 10. Beverly looking around. Pass to man. To end the run. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's his first trip to the line. The first free throw is good. And the Clippers making a switch here. Rondo's checked in. And so he hits both. The Nuggets leading by 8. There's Harrison. Passes it to Gordon. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Gordon's got 7 points.
An underrated part, really, of being a sick athlete like Gordon, body control. Used it there to keep the form on his shot.
The pass to Kennard. Down low, stolen by McGee. Left side, Gordon.
And an active player, Gordon can be a handful to keep up with throughout the course of the game. Well, you can't help but think of the dunk contest robbery with Aaron Gordon. Didn't receive max points on some of his dunks that clearly deserved it. Said he's done with the event after the last go. And I can't say I blame him.
Bol, he's checked in for Denver. Millsap comes in for Green. And then for the Clippers, Leonard, he's checked in for Zubac. And Georgia subbed in for Luke Kennard. Campazzo. Millsap. It's good on the putback.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Rondo with the ball. He's picked up by Millsap. Rondo passes to man. Outside for Rondo. There's 31 seconds left to play in the third. Batum wide open. He fires. Great look, but off the mark. Campazzo. Offensive rebound. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Man passes to George. Here's Man. Back to George. 1 second left. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Nuggets ahead. They finish off the third quarter on a 15-6 run. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Now the passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles. We've got DeMarcus Cousins. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Leonard in at the small forward.
Well, mostly a smallish banger when he came into the league. Millsap has modernized his game. That's a lot of hard work, and it's going to add to his longevity.
And then Cousins with the dunk.
Well, there's a nice connection between Cousins and what they're doing in terms of throwing him the ball at the rim. Outstanding at knowing when to jump and how to finish.
Rivers kicks to Harrison. Denver passing it around. Fires the three. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. George finds Leonard. Now here is George. Kicks it out to Leonard. Pulls up. Green with the rebound. The Nuggets leading by 9. Here's Rivers. And he converts the layup.
But not everything fell for him in that first half, and now it looks like they're beginning to hit their stride.
Jackson with it. 13 feet away. Denver grabs the miss. Bulls got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Knocked away. To the inside. George. And George with the stuff.
Cousins just sensing there was going to be an opening and then found his man.
And it's Harrison with the ball for the Nuggets. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Pass to Rivers. Now Millsap, covered by Morris, and stolen by Cousins. Ahead, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Think about Paul George in his 2nd year in the NBA being named the most improved player. He's just gotten better from that point. And you don't have to win an award every year to prove it.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Zubac is checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. Pass to Porter. Jokic against Zubac. Jokic passes to McGee. That one goes. Count it.
Well, Jokic with great anticipation there. One of his better qualities as a passing big.
Morris outside. And just about 3 minutes through the 4th quarter here. There's Jackson with the 3. Rebounded by McGee. McGee's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Porter. Oh!
No way. A high-level athlete with great run and jump ability. Porter finishes well in transition.
Outside, George. It's Jackson with the drive. Wants to get it to Zubac. And does. Just 5 on the clock. Pulls from the top of the key. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. George has got 11 points here in just the 2nd half. Jackson against Morris. Passes to Jokic. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. Marcus Morris picks one up there. Rajon Rondo's checked in for Reggie Jackson. Free throw, good. Jokic.
And for a big man, Jokic is more than just a good free throw shooter. He is fantastic.
George looking around. 1:09 left in the 4th quarter. Yep, that one goes.
And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside, it just doesn't matter. And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Nuggets.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the boards.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance. It was a big-time outing for Jokic.
It felt like there was more than one of him out there tonight. He was involved on every possession, and he made his presence felt in so many ways.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Yeah, it's tough to mount a comeback like this and then fall oh so short. I'm sure that's weighing on them just a little bit.
It's Porter outside, but they'll get another chance. Morris dishes to McGee. Outside, Porter trying to find Jokic, gets it to him, and it's the Clippers with the rebound.
And I think they realize any hope of a comeback is gone.
Well, realistic at this stage of the game, they're going to lose this one, but will they take something from the loss? Yeah, you don't see many of these opportunities for this team, but Kawhi, one guy who can get up there and get it done.
Now Morris. So the Nuggets win it even early on in this. David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll Some names out of action.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Porter is out there with JaVale McGee. And it's Nikola Jokic. Then there's Austin Rivers. And it's Morris in at the 1. And for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Giles is out there with Nurkic, and it's Jones in at the 3, the small forward.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Morris against Lillard. Morris with the bucket. And instead of just swinging the ball around the perimeter, Clark, both these teams like to run offense through the post.
And I love that, Kevin. We don't see it very often, but you're right. Both of these teams, emphatic. about getting the ball inside, putting pressure on the defense by driving it inside or passing it into the post. And it allows both of them to play a very high-quality inside-out game. Hey, there's a reason why he shoots such a high percentage, guys. I mean, he picks smart shots, high-quality shots, and close shots that he takes.
Now here's Lillard. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Jokic. And the pass to Rivers. Back to Jokic. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
When you let Jokic get comfortable, it's a wrap. It's all over. He's a skilled scorer on the interior.
The shot by Lillard, wide open. Misses the 3.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Kept alive. The kick out to Porter. Pass to McGee. Back to Porter. Over Jones. And the rebound by Nurkic. Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here.
And guys, if there's an X factor for this Nuggets team moving forward, it might be the young man, Michael Porter Jr. Talk about his potential. It could be as high as anybody on that roster.
Yeah, I concur with you there, Greg. I mean, you look at this kid, he's got a great shooting touch and really good scoring instincts that you don't see very often. Extremely gifted. They've brought him along slowly, which is the wise thing to do. And if he can come on and realize his potential, he could take him to another level for sure.
Here's Lillard. Following the basket by JaVale McGee. That one falls.
Yeah, you know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
Now, here is Morris. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. And it's Jokic missing.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
McCollum kicks to Jones. From past the arc. And it's Denver with the rebound.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
Cantor checked in for Portland. Anthony comes in for Giles. The Nuggets also changing it up. Millsap comes in for JaVale McGee. And it's Shaquille Harrison in for Monte Morris. Jokic passes to Harrison. Back to Jokic. The shot's good.
Well, you got to do more than that to stop Jokic. I mean, this guy is a master at converting through tough defense.
1:19 left to play here in the first. Jokic with the steal. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. And it's good, 2 points. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Nuggets.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
Harrison passes to Jokic. Back to Harrison. Out to the wing. Jokic finds Rivers. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Harrison. Sinks the triple.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Trailblazers trail by 9. Lillard outside. And it's sent back by Jokic.
Need more of this from Jokic. When he's active on defense, he's a capable shot blocker.
Denver's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Harrison passes to Jokic. Shoots from the elbow. And it's Denver scoring again.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Anthony kicks to Lillard. And the shot goes down. And so it's the Denver Nuggets bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point. And before the game, we talked to Damian Lillard. You know, Greg,
I don't fear nobody.
And if Lillard's proved anything to us, Greg, in his career, you know he loves a challenge.
One of the premier big shot makers in this game. I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather give the ball to in crunch time.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And the Nuggets, guys, what jumps out to you, numbers-wise?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case? No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So out there for the Nuggets right now, they've got Morris, Gordon out there with Jermichael Green. Then there's Bull, and it's Harrison in at the point guard. Here's Simons. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Morris outside. Bull with it. He's against Cantor. Morris, no good.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Powell, no one around him, trains it from beyond the arc. Powell's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the Trailblazers. Harrison scanning the floor. Morris outside. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Lobs it up for Anthony. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Now, here's Bull. He's covered by Cantor. Gordon kicks to Morris. To the left side wing. Shot clock at 6. And here's Gordon from outside. And Cantor pulls it down. Trailblazers trail by 4.
And no doubt last season was a bit of a step backwards.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Now here's Millsap. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's Rivers. Another shot. Anthony with the block. But they recover it. Outside Gordon. It's stolen. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. And good that time.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
Denver's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. A minute 50 left in the first half of basketball. McGee, and it's McGee with the jam.
You know, all McGee needs, guys, is good positioning. Once he has that, dunking the ball is elementary.
Knocks it loose. Stolen by Rivers. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Anthony. McCollum comes in for Norman Powell, and Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons.
How about that persistence there? Jokic refusing to give up on the glass.
Right side Jones. kicks it out to Lillard. And then Lillard slams it in.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
And the shot is good. The Denver lead has been cut down to 1 on the bucket from McCollum.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
There's the dish to McGee. Campazzo. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. First free throw is good. A different look for Denver. Bowl, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Michael Porter comes in for Aaron Gordon. And it's Shaquille Harrison in for Rivers.
Already a very confident player. Knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
Now here's Lillard. He has 6. Passes it to McCollum. And that one, good.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
Fires for 3. Unable to get that one. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome. Well, what can you say about superstar big man Nikola Jokic? Jamal Murray said there's really... And that...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Jokic in this game, he has been everywhere.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Giles, and it's Jones in at the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player 6'10" with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. How about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know, but he gets into you and competes, man. And that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Well, like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great players. Back to McGee. Portland grabs the miss.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Count it, and the Nugget lead has been cut to just 1 point on the basket from McCollum.
Yeah, it's been about the fast break. Been real kind to him here early, and they are clicking in transition.
Porter against Jones. Porter looking it over. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Looking for McGee. He gets it there. Over Giles. The shot's good from McGee. McGee's got 8 points. And for Portland, they're shooting. Certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field. Lillard from outside. Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got 5 rebounds tonight.
And drafted with the 41st.
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
The free throw drops for Rivers. So Portland ends up going with the new group. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Here's Simons. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Hollis Jefferson passes to Powell. Back to Hollis Jefferson. And it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
Love seeing that aggression. I mean, the ferociousness of Hollis Jefferson. Yes, sir.
Pass to Bull. Six on the shot clock. Here's Gordon. The Nuggets with another miss. Trailblazers trail by 3. Inside, here's Powell. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Powell's got 5 now.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Dishes it to Millsap. The pass to Gordon. He wants to get to Millsap and does. Campazzo makes it off the glass. And the Nuggets lead by 3.
Boy, I like how Gordon dishes the ball. When his teammates are open, he finds them on time and on target.
Powell against Rivers. Powell kicks to Hollis Jefferson. Now Powell. He has 5. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. And it's Simons missing. The Nuggets leading by 3. Rivers with it. Now Anthony defending. For 3, Millsap. Up again.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
And it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
Yeah, loitering above the rim. Hollis Jefferson with athleticism to burn.
Pass to Rivers. 34 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And the dunk by Powell.
Really, it's a thing of beauty to watch Hollis Jefferson move the ball like that. I mean, he's a team-oriented guy who looks to make the pass as much as possible.
Kicks at the Bull. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Cantor's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. From 12 feet out, and it is good at the buzzer. Wow! We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. It's the Trailblazers. They're up by 3 from Portland. We're back in a moment. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And Denver will start the fourth quarter with. We've got Gordon, Paul Millsap out there with Bull, and it's Harrison in at the 2 spot.
Hard to fathom, but he is really fluid in terms of getting up and down the floor. Bull making himself a capable threat all over the floor.
Now here's McCollum. He kicks to Lillard. Cantor trying to free himself up. And there's Lillard on the assist by McCollum.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Gordon, the pass to Harrison. Feeds it to Bull. 5 on the clock. Excellent D from Cantor. Portland leading by 3. McCollum dishes to Cantor, and Cantor throws it down.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
Campazzo laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
And that one is good.
And he can score from all over the court. But Lillard at his best from mid-range. He deserves extra special attention from the defense in that in-between area. But sometimes, even then, that's not enough.
And now here comes Jones leading the break. Here's McCollum. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Jones has got 3 assists now in this one.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Well, it's interesting. The defense continues to back off, expecting them to attack the rack, but they just continue to pull up and knock down those mid-range jumpers.
Jones kicks to McCollum. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. Jones has got the lead up to 9 now for Portland.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going.
And that sixth sense, guys, might be better than just about anybody else's.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
Trailblazers leading by 7. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Stolen. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Lays it in off the breakaway.
Such opportunistic basketball right there. And that's when they desperately needed it.
Morris against Lillard. Passes it to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Pass to Jones. Clock at 6. He feeds it to Nurkic. With the tip, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up.
And if you're the defensive team, it just kills you to give up baskets like that.
Here's Harrison. No good with the triple. They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
Back to Nurkic. Lillard against Morris. Pulls up on the wing and off the front iron, and in it goes. And now it's a 9-point Trailblazer lead. Morris with the ball. Lillard picks him up. Here's Jokic, and Jokic throws it down.
At his size, Jokic a threat to throw it down, showing you how dominant he can be inside.
And Lillard kicks to Jones. The pass to Nurkic. And Lillard gets double-teamed. Jones, the pass to Lillard. From deep. Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Jones. Pass to Lillard. The tray. Good on the three-point shot.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
Jokic, no good. Here's Lillard from deep three-point range, off the mark. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big ball right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting. It's great to be with you on a Monday. And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Here are the five for the Clippers. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Jackson in at the point guard position. And for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Derek Jones is out there with Robert Covington. And it's Nurkic in at center. Now Lillard, after the missed three from Reggie Jackson. Chalk up two there. We have an awesome backcourt battle tonight, Steve. Let me ask, are we in a guard-centric league right now?
We are, Kevin. I mean, we've always had great guards, and they lead you through championships with their leadership and their play, along with the big guy. But what's happening right now, Kevin, the big man is playing like a guard. The skill level of these 7-footers to be able to shoot threes, dribble, pass. So it does seem like a guard-centric league right now because everybody can play that position.
Nurkic, and it's sent back by Morris.
And a rare block shot from Morris. Anticipates the move and just times it out perfectly. Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
On the wing, Jackson. Pass to Zubats. On the clock. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. And it's Portland with the rebound. And a wide open look for McCollum. The 18-footer is right on the mark.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
Outside Jackson. Pass to George. Over in the corner, Zubats. Off target from three-point range.
Not the efficient start they were hoping for. Only 1 for 4 from the field.
And the wide open shot from Morris. Drains the wing tray. Morris has got 5.
And a guy with more of a mid-range game, Morris can still jack it up from deep if you give him enough space and time.
Now here's Lillard. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That is his first foul of the game for the Trailblazers. Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Powell in for Jones. The Clippers also making some changes. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubats. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Reggie Jackson. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. They trail by 1. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Simons is checked in. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Here's Rondo, and he banks in the layup.
The craftiness of Rondo makes him a tough cover in pick and roll sets. Just when you think he's going to pass, he'll surprise you with the shot.
Now here's McCollum. Anthony left side. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And that's okay. Even though you miss, you had the right guy taking the shot.
Batum wide open, he fires. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
One of the more instinctive passes over the last decade. Rondo quickly locates the open man.
Anthony, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
And he recovers it. A shot by Batum, no good. Trailblazers trail by 3. Right at the free throw line. Paul George grabs the miss.
Yeah, he's kicking himself. No defenders to be found in that mid-range area.
Rondo's shot is good.
And when Rondo is dropping in the mid-range shots, it really opens up the floor for everyone else.
Here's Pop after Rajon Rondo's bucket. Here's Cantor. No good that time. Nice D from Cousins. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Rebounded by Anthony. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. Shot from free throw range. And the basket by McCollum. McCollum's got his second bucket.
Skilled, crafty. McCollum is a finely tuned scoring machine.
Now Cousins. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And now Portland on the break. Powell, that's good.
It always helps when your big man dishes it like that. Cantor, excellent with that read.
Right side, Batum. Rondo against Powell. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
You know, Rondo takes great pleasure at slicing and dicing up the defense. One of the best passers in the game.
One quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. The Clippers on top. Up. Greg, we know many guys in the NBA have range. but deep.
And I'm training summer.
The team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, they use the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
You know this, the team that dictates the pace typically rules the roost. We see that here early on.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the floor for Portland, they've got Powell. Ennis Cantor is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Anthony. And it's Simons in at point. Morris, no good. Trailblazers trail by 3. Back to Powell. Anthony kicks to Powell. No good. That would have tied it. And Los Angeles guys shooting 43% for the game. Takes a 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Covington down low. Defended by Batum. Second chance shot. Covington's shot is off. Clippers leading by 3. Beverly finds Zubats. And the dunk by Zubats.
We know Beverly's ability as a defender, but don't underestimate his ability as a distributor. He has good vision.
Powell dishes to Cantor, and he lays it straight in.
Not just selling for something along the perimeter. Excellent job.
2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Beverly deciding where to go with it. Here's Batum, and Batum throws it down.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Also, if you can't get stops at this point, it really doesn't matter what you do at the offensive end.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Morris with the ball. Now Anthony defending. Back to Morris. Over to the left wing. Stolen by Cantor. Here's the break. All alone. And the dunk by Powell.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Now here's Beverly. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
So difficult to stay planted, especially with all the motion around you. Annoying turnover.
Pass to George. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Lillard attacking, and Portland with another turnover here.
That's what happens when nothing goes your way. You start to lose focus, and it makes matters worse.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. The pass to Cousins. Outside for George. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Offensively, that's how you want to end the possession, except for the result.
Jones from outside. Reggie Jackson with the rebound. 2-for-1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
On the wing, Jackson. Back to George. Now the dish to Cousins. He feeds it to George. Clock at 4. Here's Kennard. Drops one in from the wing. And it's a 10-point Los Angeles lead.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
To stop the run. And the rejection by Leonard.
Yeah, that shot gets jacked. Great anticipation by the claw.
Hangs. And the first half is now in the books. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The period came to a close with them.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You've got to like what Ivica Zubac has done in this game.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Jackson, and it's George in at the 2. It's stolen by Morris. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. The shot by George, no good. Trailblazers trail by 10. Here's McCollum. Finished off the break. McCollum's got the first points of the second half here for the Trailblazers. The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now, and in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's three guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble, from three, and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those three guys can all hit pull-ups and step-backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the three guys I think that create the most havoc when you start talking about having to guard the three-point line.
I mean, he is explosive with his leaping ability. Paul George is well-versed in finishing above the rim.
Lillard, the pass to Covington. Back to Lillard. That shot, no good. So the Clippers will take it the other way. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by George. Leonard's got the lead up to 12 now for the Clippers. Lillard against Leonard. Lillard attacking. It's good.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 or 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. And George kicks to Jackson. Pass to Zubac. George looking around. And George with the stuff.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
And he rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Zubac against Lillard. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And it's in there. Lillard's got his second basket of the game.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
And the call will be against Jusuf Nurkic. That is his first foul of the game. So Portland ends up going with the new group. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. The drive by Rondo, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one's on Anthony.
The speed of Rondo is not easy to keep up with. When he's driving to the rack, he is looking to get the defense up in the air.
Giles checked in for the Trailblazers. Trailblazers trail by 12. 1:57 left in the third. Outside Anthony. And it's Anthony with the jam.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, defensively, your mantra at this point has to be no easy buckets.
Beverly dishes to Rondo. Shot clock at 6. Back to Beverly from outside the arc. And Cantor pulls it down.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
The lead now in single digits. Powell's got 8 points.
And I tell you what, they're doing their best to cut down the lead with some smart offense here in the second half. Shot selection much improved since the break.
Here's man. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. There's 53 seconds left to play here in the third. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Anthony, the pass to Cantor. Back to Anthony. That one, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. They've held a 12-point lead early, and the whistle blows as the basket counts and a 3-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up. The Clippers shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
And look back a season ago, they did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
Free throw good, Paul George.
The all-around game Paul George possesses is so special. His versatility is what makes him so valuable.
Lillard dishes to Covington. Lillard against Leonard. Lillard attacking, and then Lillard slams it in.
Now that's what I call a momentum changer.
Yeah, when you've got a point guard with that kind of spring, no lead is safe.
You're totally right. That can be a shot in the arm for them. A spark that turned things around.
Jackson passes to Zubac. George dishes to Leonard. From deep. Zubac kicks to Leonard. George, that's a 2-pointer. No good. And so it's Los Angeles. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a... And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. Los Angeles leading by 9. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Jones. And it's Nurkic in at the 5 down low. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Morris looking over the floor. 5 to shoot. Kennard for 3. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Kennard's got the lead up to 12 now for the Clippers. Pass to Nurkic. Feeds to Covington. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yes, and if you love offense, you're loving this matchup. It's been a highlight reel affair.
Kennard, the pass to Jackson. To the middle, here's Morris. Makes it off the glass. And it's 7 points for Marcus Morris.
I like when Reggie Jackson is seeking out his teammates. He could have took that shot, but his teammate, he was wide open.
Now that's what I call a momentum changer.
Yeah, when you've got a point guard with that kind of spring, no lead is safe.
You're totally right. That can be a shot in the arm for them. A spark that turned things around.
Sure. And it's Portland with the rebound. Nurkic has got 5 rebounds tonight, and the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason, I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Rajon Rondo's checked in for Jackson. And the rejection by Zubac. Goes up again. Yep, it goes. And the Clipper lead is cut down to just 6 points on the bucket from Nurkic.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
George up top. Covered by Lillard. And George with the stuff.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
Lillard, the pass to Covington. Shot on the wing. Lillard misses. And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And that's an intentional foul. A different look now for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Robert Covington. And it's Powell in for Derek Jones. The Clippers also making some changes. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Morris. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Paul George. Trailblazers trail by 8. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter.
Yeah, quick thinking wins Dame assist. Finds the open man and the ball instantly there for the finish.
Outside Rondo. High arcing shot, and Kanter pulls it down. The Trailblazers have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. A different look for the Clippers. Morris is checked in for Batum. Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. And George is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. And the basket is good, and he's got it. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Rajon Rondo. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. He said, I want us to play as though we're behind. We're good when we play with urgency. We're bad when we become complacent. Don't become complacent. Let's go, guys.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
And George, here we go. And he gets it to go. And the Clippers lead by 3.
Paul George loves these situations. The bigger the moment, the more he wants to deliver.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Passes it to Kanter. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got his 4th assist in this one. The Clippers have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. And George, here we go. A shot by Batum, no good. For Portland, they've gone 8 of 11 from the field in the final period. Great shooting down the stretch. Here's Kanter. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
And, you know, Kanter can dominate on the court, but his real passion may be pro wrestling. He even held a pro title belt for a little while. He's a big, strong fella. I know I wouldn't want to be in the ring with him.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Robert Covington comes in for Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Derek Jones in for Norman Powell.
Good. That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
Kicks it out to McCollum. Stolen by George. And he commits the intentional foul. Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Enes Kanter. George against Lillard. George passes to Batum.
Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
A different look for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Cousins, and Morris subbed in for Patrick Beverley. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Lillard attacking Covington, and it's sent back by Leonard. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
Outside for Batum, three-pointer, and there's Paul George on the assist from Batum. And now it's a 9-point Clipper lead, so the Clippers with the win. This was a thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. And in the locker room, each guy has been going over and through his own routine to get ready. Both teams tonight dealing with some injuries. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
They say misery loves company, and both teams now suffering with injuries. But in the end, it balances out.
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Rivers out there with Morris, and it's Porter in at the 3. And for the Clippers, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George, and it's Jackson in at the point guard position. And Jackson throws it down hard.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
And here is Morris. Here's Jokic. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game. And both teams, Doris, battling injuries.
Kevin, we have seen that when someone is injured, that means an opportunity for a bench player to show what they have. And the coaching staff maybe has to get a little bit more creative than usual.
The kick out to Porter. Puts it up. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by George.
Paul George will force you to stay balanced defensively, because if you have a miscue, he will find the open guy.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Jokic against Leonard. It's good on the putback.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. High post, Zubac. George passes to Morris. Just 5 on the clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Jackson misses. For Denver, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is such a unique talent at that center position. Young player, already top 10 in career triple-doubles.
How about the most triple-doubles ever by a foreign player? You think of the great skilled European big man. Jokic, arguably the most skilled of them all.
Morris against Jackson. Morris with the bucket.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Now Morris. Jokic with it. Unloads from 13. It's hauled in by Paul George.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
And they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. Rivers passes to Morris. Millsap's against Morris. Porter trying to free himself up. Millsap misses.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
For Denver, they've gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Oh, Porter in position. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
For the Clippers, DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Morris. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Jackson. Denver also making some changes. Gordon's checked in for Michael Porter. And it's Harrison in for Monte Morris. Great D that time from Batum. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And finished off by Leonard.
Incredible wingspan, unbelievable hands. The alley-oop is easy.
The Nuggets trail by 4. Here's Harrison. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game. There's 47 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Outside Rondo. Outside Leonard. Back to Rondo. The 3 doesn't get it to drop for him. Now Denver takes it the other way. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Gordon the pass to Jokic. And Jokic slams it in.
Boy, don't you love to see Aaron Gordon make these kinds of decisions. This guy is fully capable of recognizing open teammates.
Rondo dishes to Cousins. Outside for Rondo. George looking over the floor. Over Rivers. And oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
And give him credit. Good awareness.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Clippers lead by 2. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
Taking a look at the Nuggets, Aaron Gordon out there with Bol. Then there's JaVale McGee. Then it's JaMychal Green. And it's Harrison in at the point guard. Gordon against Batum. Gordon the pass to Bol. McGee trying to break free. Bol can't hit. The Clippers in the lead. Now here's Beverly. Batum. And Beverly kicks to Cousins. Here's Mann. Pass to Beverly. Three-pointer. Rebounded by McGee. They can get back in front with some points right here.
Yeah, they got behind, but really hung in there and didn't let the score get out of hand.
Harrison scanning the floor. To the inside. Offensive rebound. The shot's good from McGee.
Well, it's easy to say. This guy wanted it more, creating the second chance opportunity and cashing in.
And here's Beverly. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Kennard up top. Takes the three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And the Clippers lead by 3.
And I don't care how far from the bucket he is. You've got to have a man on him. He's just too good from deep.
And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Cousins. And Marcus Morris subbed in for Nicholas Batum. And Denver with a change here too. Morris is checked in.
And they're just doomed if they keep letting them post up like that.
You've got to deny the position to afford them no opportunity at making that entry pass into the post.
Zubac finds Kennard. And here is Zubac. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Here's Mann. Back to Zubac. Lots of room. And it's Denver with the rebound.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range. In a tough season a year ago for Aaron Gordon, Doris fell short of the output he had the last few years and had a tough time hitting from the outside.
Look, Greg, you're an former NBA player, so you know the history here. Trying to find a rhythm while fighting through injuries is very difficult to do. This guy's got unbelievable athleticism. He's sharpening his skills. I think it's just a matter of time for Aaron Gordon.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Here's Porter. Gets a hand on it, and it's Millsap with the extra effort. Millsap's got the lead up to 3 now for the Nuggets.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
George passes to Zubac. Back to George. Fires from deep. That shot off. And Denver the other way now. And Rivers gets it to go in on the assist by Jokic. Now it's a 5-point Nugget lead for Los Angeles. They've gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. George with the ball. He's picked up by Millsap. And George with the stuff.
How good is Paul George at getting separation? He uses the screen perfectly and sticks it to the defense.
The Nuggets leading by 3. Campazzo guarded by Jackson. Passes to Porter. Jokic trying to free himself up. Porter, no luck.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
George banked in off the glass. George has got 4 points in the quarter.
Now you have to respect the focus of Paul George, not letting the defense alter his shot.
First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
They are just killing them on the interior.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. George against Rivers. Morris looking over the floor. Outside for George. Pass to Zubats. Morris trying to free himself up. Zubats no good. Here's Porter. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, a pretty close game from the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. They never put themselves in too much danger. And that's going to...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. One of the stories here, Jokic getting it done today.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
We've got Reggie Jackson. Morris is out there with Ivica Zubats. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in a two-guard. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Morris dishes to Rivers. And there's the pass to Jokic. Jokic draws the double. Back to Rivers. Lets it go from deep. Rebounded by Jackson.
That's not his spot, but given the lack of defense, you'd like to see him knock that one down.
Kicks it out to Leonard. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
The Clippers trail for the lead, and it's sent back by Jokic.
And check out Jokic using not just his length, but also the timing. The offensive player better think twice next time.
A new generation of players, Greg, coming into the NBA alongside your son Cole. We've got a lot of players who I think are going to have a long-term impact on this game.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, I hope Cole can have the kind of impact that some of these guys are, but look at the Grizzlies. I think they got two terrific ones. Ja Morant has superstar written all over him. Brandon Clark probably surprised some people with his ability to have an impact. And if you look at this past draft, Obi Toppin is one to watch. This is a guy with great size and length who was a perimeter player until he had a growth spurt. So those are the types of players that I think when you combine athleticism and skill with the way the court is spaced, man, can have a tremendous impact in this game.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Kennard, the pass to Zubats. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. From down in the low post, it goes. Gordon's got the lead up to 7 now for Denver.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Kennard, the pass to Leonard. Plays it up and banks it in. Leonard's got 6.
Kawhi Leonard's length and shot-making ability on the interior is problematic for the defense.
Millsap misses. Los Angeles has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Man passes to Kennard. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And the call will be against Luke Kennard. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. For the Clippers, Cousins comes in for Ivica Zubats. And it's Batum in for Leonard. Campazzo, defended by Beverly. The shot's good from McGee. He's got 8.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And Beverly kicks to Kennard. Back to Beverly. 6 to shoot. Pass to Kennard. Shot from the top of the key. Rebound by JaVale McGee. McGee's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Out to the right wing. Now here's Beverly. He's guarded closely. Back to Cousins. Passes it to Beverly. Pass to Kennard. From past the arc. He can't get it to go. And the Nuggets going the other way. Here's Harrison. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Now here's Kennard. Guarded closely. That one no good. Shot by Gordon wide open. And again it's Denver.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Now here's Kennard. Defense is right there. Kicks it to Batum. Back to Kennard. And there's the feed to Batum. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Here's Denver now. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. Rondo against Morris. Fires the three. The kick out to Porter. The Nuggets with another miss. Here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
You know Jackson can just fly. I mean, that athleticism and energy is off the charts.
And so it's the Denver Nuggets. Ahead by 9 is the quarter. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. So on the floor for Denver, JaMychal Green is out there with Jokic. Then it's Porter. Then there's Monte Morris. And it's Rivers in at the 2-guard spot. Clippers trail by 12. On the wing, Jackson. He's guarded by Rivers. Jackson passes to Batum. Rondo with a clean look. No good from outside.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Floats it up for Jokic. And now the Clippers on the break. Rondo's running. He feeds it to Jackson. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. And here's the fast break. Jokic leading the way. Plenty of space. They grab their own miss. And Green is right there. Green's got the lead up to 14 now for the Nuggets.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Rondo against Morris. It's stolen by Morris. It's tipped. Stolen by George. Here's Rondo. The shot's good on the assist by George.
Terrific activity from Paul George. Sticks his long arms in and mucks up the passing lanes.
Morris against Rondo. Now here is Morris. Not a lot of room. Green. Good work defensively by Morris. Clippers trail by 12. Here's Jackson, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Yeah, Rondo just knows how to wheel and deal. Has that exceptional feel for when one of his guys is open.
There's the pass to Jokic. He kicks it to Rivers. Feeds it to Green. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Batum attacking outside for Rondo. A 3-pointer off the mark.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Pass to Rivers. Shot clock at 5. Morris right side. Paul George with the steal. Right block shot. Good on that shot. And with that, the Nugget lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Jackson. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Morris with the ball. Passes it to Rivers. Stolen by Jackson. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. And Morris throws it down.
Well, this is why it helps to have a big man capable of sprinting the floor. Marcus Morris solid at getting to the right spots.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. They lead by 6. 1:51 left in the fourth. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Nikola Jokic.
And he's up over 50% from the field here tonight. And that speaks to how solid his shot selection has been. Nothing forced and really no bad decisions. Just good, smart, offensive basketball.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Hey, guys, when Mike Malone talked to his team during that last timeout, he talked about the mindset they need to have and what he wants to see the rest of the way. Engagement at both ends and making good decisions with the ball. Guys?
And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. The Clippers have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Outside Rondo. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. 6 on the shot clock. George, no good. The Nuggets leading by 8. McGee inside. He's covered by Rondo. Count that one. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Back to George. The shot from 20 feet away. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. They've led by as many as 14 points.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Nuggets.
And they're fully in control now, but there were some tense moments, I thought, for them throughout this game.
Listen, they certainly weren't coasting despite what the score looks like. I love the way they came together, though, when everything started to look a little dire and really put the hammer down.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for Jokic.
Boy, I think he made his presence felt in the paint more than anywhere else. This guy's rebounding numbers were outstanding. He controlled the glass.
Outside, Green. Clock at 6. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. From deep. It's hauled in by Zubac.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
6 seconds left in the game. So we see Denver get the win here. And all right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Nestled among the peaks of the... And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
They say misery loves company, and both teams now suffering with injuries. But in the end, it balances out.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Giles, and it's Hollis Jefferson in at the small forward position. And for Denver, JaVale McGee is out there with Jokic. Then there's Monte Morris. Then it's Michael Porter, and it's Harrison in at the 2. So the Portland Trailblazers able to put the first points up on the board. Jokic passes to Morris. Nice D from Lillard. And Portland with the ball. Hollis Jefferson finds Nurkic. Here's Giles, guarded by McGee. McCollum outside. Shoots the 3. Morris with the rebound. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Nuggets.
And McCollum has done a lot to improve his impact on the defensive end. Very active with his hands and how he challenges shots.
Well, the blocks numbers last year jumped up a bit. That's kind of a nice indicator of what you're talking about, GA. And he just doesn't get tired. And if he can give some more on the defensive end like he's shown, it's going to help out the team. Oh, Jokic being assertive now in the mid-range and has the touch to bury that kind of shot.
Nurkic kicks to Lillard. Back to Nurkic. Lillard outside. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Yeah, not really much of a flow offensively yet. Only 1 of 4 from the field.
Here's Jokic. Morris passes to McGee. No good on that one. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way.
Still searching out their offensive game right now. 1 of 5 from the field to start this one.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Now, here is Morris. Out left to the wing. 4 on the shot clock. And McGee kicks to Morris. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game.
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one up.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry. Morris against Lillard. Morris passes to Harrison. Dishes it to McGee. Sinks that one from the post.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Lillard against Morris. Tries again, and it's sent back by Jokic.
Deceptive reach from Jokic there, swatting that shot away using those long arms.
Lillard finds McCollum. Off target with his 3. The Nuggets trail. And Porter, here we go. Count that bucket.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Here's Lillard. Michael Porter making his last shot. Hollis Jefferson passes to Lillard. Nurkic dishes to Lillard. Over Morris. And it's Lillard missing.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
The jump hook. And too long on the shot. Portland's gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. From deep three-point range. And it's Lillard again missing.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
Here's Harrison. He's guarded by McCollum. And McCollum with the block. And he's able to get it back. And they get it back. Here's Harrison. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Fires the three. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Give him a little credit. Take some guts to keep shooting if you're struggling this bad. It's getting a little bit ugly right now.
Giles kicks to McCollum. The putback. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. Nurkic has got his second basket.
Such a big body down there. Nurkic battling.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Trail. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And taking a look at the Trail Blazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
Defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. Robert Covington out there with Anthony. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Simons in at the 1 spot. The Nuggets shooting their first free throw of the contest.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
Greg, I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up in a preseason game. We played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better bring your A game.
And thicker skin, correct?
That too, yeah. And fortunately, there was no social media or internet back then. Goodness gracious. No hesitation at all on the alley-oop. Saw his teammate with a pass to the hoop, and bang, lobbed it right up there for him to finish.
And he was ready for it when he elevated and made the catch. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one's on Anthony.
And an active player, Gordon can be a handful to keep up with throughout the course of the game.
He's off on the second. Trailblazers trail by 4. Powell, the pass to Covington.
And you look at Robert Covington, first team all-defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
And both free throws good for Covington. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Now here's Gordon. Outside Millsap. Now the pass to Bolt. 5 on the clock. Kicks it out to Gordon. All sorts of time. Portland grabs the miss. And Covington maybe not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player. Can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
Count it.
And made only about a quarter of their shots in the first. Totally flat, but they bounced back and built a lead here with a much better second quarter.
Here's Simons. No points in the game yet for him. Passes it to Kanter. Over Bull. And Bull pulls it down. Denver leading by 4. Green taking his time here. Pass to Millsap. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
Well, this offense can be so much more lethal if Paul Millsap's stepping out and drilling threes.
Simons, the pass to Kanter. It's Powell on the wing. Portland moving the ball over. And another turnover here by Portland.
That's just poor communication between those two. The passer has to make sure his teammate is established, and the teammate has to know the pass is coming. See, that's communication.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Robert Covington. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Norman Powell. Rivers against McCollum. Here's Green. Back to Rivers. Pass to Harrison. Lets it fly from 18. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Harrison's got the lead up to 9 now for the Nuggets. And the pass to Simons. Back to McCollum. 1:46 left in the first half. And staying with the play, Anthony. Anthony's got his first points of the game.
I feel like Melo has always been a guy who doesn't mind banging around down low, knocking guys around a little bit, and getting great second chance opportunities.
Now here's Millsap. Kicks it out to Gordon. There's the three. It's not going to go for him. Trailblazers trail by 7. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Now McCollum a blur that time in transition. A quick-footed guard who runs the floor like a gazelle.
There's Harrison. He dishes it to Millsap. Green left side. Harrison passes to Gordon. Harrison kicks to Rivers. Green breaking loose. They get it again.
Yeah, and that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tipping.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Now, here's Cantor. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Jones, the pass to Anthony. Back to Jones. That's in there. Anthony with the assist.
Great to see when Melo spots his open teammate. Good at noticing the overcommitment that time.
Here's Harrison. Passes it to Millsap. Kicks to Rivers. The feed to Green. Back to Rivers. On the wing, Gordon. Here's Green. In the corner, it's Gordon. Can't nail the jump. And a close game so far through the...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to a pretty close game from the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. Some good moments from both teams, but as... And that...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. And it's Rivers with the ball. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. Taking a look at the Nuggets. Jokic is out there with JaVale McGee. Then there's Monte Morris, and it's Rivers, and it's Porter, and at the 3. Trailblazers trail by 5. Here's McCollum. Here's Lillard on the mark with the 15-footer. Lillard's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for Portland.
Consistent and accurate from that particular spot on the floor. The offense kind of predicts those shots. Lillard's got a good eye for the mid-range.
Now, here is Morris. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Unloads from 9, and the jumper is on the mark. And the Nuggets lead by 5. And for Portland, they're shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. Lillard looking around. He feeds it to Nurkic. Jokic with the steal. And now the Nuggets, fast break. Back to Porter. It's Rivers on the wing. Feeds it to McGee. It's good. Now it's a 7-point Nugget lead.
I like that, staying alert. Rivers keeping his head up to find the open man.
Lillard against Rivers. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. And the shot goes in.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
Denver leading by 5. Pass to Rivers. Takes a 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Nurkic has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Kicks it out to Lillard. And the call on the shot that sends. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Paul Millsap's checked in for JaVale McGee. Gordon comes in for Porter. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Morris. And it's Shaquille Harrison in for Austin Rivers. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor, he's checked in for Nurkic. Robert Covington comes in for Harry Giles. Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And it's Powell in for McCollum. One-on-one here. Green with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Anthony, the pass to Covington. Lillard dishes to Cantor. Kicks it out to Lillard. Clock is at 3.
Well, his poor shooting is a big reason that they're staring at this deficit right now. He needs to get on track if they're going to find a way to win.
Jokic passes to Gordon. And the wide open shot from Green. And again, Denver no good. Trailblazers trail by 3. Lets it go from 14. And Damian Lillard with the bucket on the assist by Anthony.
Yeah, just a little bit off in the first, but he's been anything but that here in the second quarter. Really impressive to see him turn it around like that.
Now here's Green. Pass to Gordon. 1:41 left in the third quarter. And there's the pass to Harrison, taken away by Anthony. And now Portland on the break. Powell, no one around him, and they cash in right away with the quick shot. Powell's got his first basket.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Harrison passes to Millsap. And foul on the and here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Morris after Enes Kanter's basket. Stolen away. And now Portland on the break. Here's Simons. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Simons has got the lead up to 5 now for the Trailblazers. 41 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Down low. And the turnover again by Denver. And here are the Blazers. They're on a 14-4 run right now. Portland moving the ball around. Cantor, the pass to Covington. Back to Cantor. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. That shot misses. Anthony with the defensive effort. And Cantor wide open. He shoots. Portland again missing. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for Portland. He notched 8 points in the quarter. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Even though the position is called shooting guard, passing part of your responsibilities in today's game.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, we've got Hollis Jefferson. Giles is out there with Derek Jones. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's McCollum in at the one. McCollum outside, Jones. Back to McCollum. Passes to Giles. 6 to shoot. Nurkic trying to get open, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Campazzo, and the layup's good off the glass.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Well, I hope there's one player on that team out there that has interest in winning this game. Right now, it doesn't look to be one.
Jones finds McCollum. Jones looking for an opening. Tries from 16, and there's McCollum. That's good on the assist by Jones. And the Trailblazers lead by 5. Campazzo, he's guarded by McCollum. McGee with no one around. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Trailblazers leading by 3. McCollum outside. Lillard's checked in for Jones. And Lillard kicks to Hollis Jefferson. Porter against Lillard, and the basket is good. Lillard's got 10 points in just the second half.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Morris inside, covered by Lillard.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. The D's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Back to Lillard. McCollum outside. Nurkic dishes to McCollum. 4 on the clock. Three-pointer, Lillard. Porter pulls it in. The Nuggets trail by 5. Here's Morris. Damian Lillard grabs the loose ball. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. From deep. And it's Lillard again missing.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate. Well, Jokic needed it, and he got it.
Portland leading by 3. 1:51 left to play in the final quarter. Lillard against Porter. High post shot. And it's Lillard again missing. Nuggets have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Jokic kicks the ball. It's Rivers on the wing. Off target with the open look. Portland's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. McCollum finds Nurkic. Morris against McCollum. Out to the right wing. Pass to Lillard. And dead on that time. Beautiful shot. Lillard's got the lead up to 5 now for the Trailblazers. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Nuggets. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. It's in! What a beautiful shot to bring them to within 3.
There's some easy offense there. Keep finding looks in that area, and their shooting percentages tonight are going to be off the charts.
Lillard outside. There's 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 6. McCollum against Morris.
Yeah, my expectations were that he was not going to miss that one. He handles that kind of defense, especially on the inside.
Stolen by McCollum. Here's Giles. Jokic defending.
A three and nothing but a three will do here.
Nah, this is all from the perimeter and outside the arc here.
To tie it up. He's off from 3. Here's Nurkic. Offline. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us.